Everybody, happy Aloha Tuesday. Welcome to the Hawaii Fishing Gear Show. If you folks have questions about Hawaii fishing, regulations, rod and reel pairings, whatever you guys got, drop them in the comments right now while we're live. And if you're watching it later in the day like a lot of you guys do, please feel free to drop your questions in the comments. We do our best to respond to as many questions as we got. And while I wait for the questions to come in, I gotta stop. Big mahalo to everybody who came out this past Sunday for our grand opening party. I know a lot of people came out and really enjoyed it, but I want to take a quick moment to say special thanks to some people. Starting number one, Fence Line to Fence Line Tournament. Big mahalo, Danny and Linda Chamizo. Thank you guys for helping put it on again. It's Danny's tournament, and Linda's always there to support. So big mahalo to both of you. Chris DeVera from Waipahu Bicycle called him up. Hey Chris, you can help Danny with the weigh-in. Two shakes. He was right there. Big mahalo to Chris. Chad Coloma 706 Fabrications. Once again, big mahalo for that weigh-in station. Epic. We even put yesterday 166 pound ahi. We weigh on them so it can handle the big boys. Chad, you did a great job on that. Pat Gonzalez. He was kind of like my right-hand man that day, kind of helping out set up the tent, keeping an eye on everything. Big mahalo to Pat. I appreciate you coming down and helping out with that. To all the people that gave gifts, we had Major Craft. They gave out some rods. Big mahalo Lee and Major Craft. Izuo Brothers, mahalo for giving the Penn Carnage tree rod. Nabalaten and Sons donated some gifts. Sandman, you guys might know him. You know where. He donated a rod. And Joey from Whiskey Smoke, he donated some gift cards. We didn't have like a fundraising raffle, but whoever participated in the Fence Line to Fence Line tournament, we gave away some prizes to the participants. Heaviest fish, I think it was Leonard. He got a 7 point something pound papio. That was the biggest fish of the tournament. Not a lot of big fish came up, but we filled all 10 places. I think everybody had fun, and then right after that, we had the Sons of Yeshua. And I want to, before I even say thanks to the Sons of Yeshua, I want to say a quick thanks to Dave. Dave from DJP, DJP Productions. He's the sound guy. The guy that handled the sound, the microphone when we was doing the weigh-in. On point. Probably for setting up in front of a shop in a small space, the sound was incredible. As soon as Sons of Yeshua started playing, that first drum hit, I knew it was going to be something special. And everybody who was still hanging out, a couple hundred people hanging out in the parking lot, enjoying the music. It was a good community event, and I want to say mahalo for everybody who came out to celebrate the grand opening of our new shop. And Sons of Yeshua, Miss K, Nalu, and all the members of the band. I also want to say quick thanks to the Porkash band. He came down with steamers full of porkash. He wanted to give out to all the people out there, but I told him there was kind of a little bit of a conflict because the restaurants that are around us. So we would mop all the porkash. We did. No, Sons of Yeshua got some porkash, and he was giving them out to some people in the shop. But mahalo, I appreciate that. And then before I move on and start taking you guys' questions, I gotta stop and say mahalo to the HFG crew, all the guys here. Wallace, Tony, Jesse, Thomas, Mr. B, and then also to Tyler. Tyler has moved on from High Fish Gear. Now he's working at MJ Motorsports. But I did want to say mahalo because he was there since the beginning, and he actually came to the weigh-in. So I wanted to say mahalo to Tyler as well. All right, let's get to your questions, guys. Let's go. Questions about fishing, drop them in the comments right now. What kind rod is good fit for... I don't even know what that is, brother. You got to expand a little bit. Hi, Uncle. I'm here to ask what's the best for plugging ulua. Okay, let's break it down. If you guys are just getting into plugging, and the idea is plugging, you want to throw the big stick baits, the big poppers and things like that. I've seen a lot of people through the years go, what I'll say, balls to the walls, go full steam ahead, go and grab themselves an expensive plugging rod, grab themselves some Stella, grab themselves the finest braided line they can, grab themselves $80 lures, go out maybe 1-2 weekends, Shota, gotta go see doctor. Pole gets dusty in the closet. I want you guys to avoid those pitfalls. I want you guys to get yourself a budget-friendly plugging setup. And let me lay one out for you. 10-foot Penn Battalion, rated up to 5 ounces. Penn Battalion 5K spooled with 50-pound test. Braid. Get yourself some fluorocarbon or monofilament 60-70-pound test. Grab yourself some budget plugging lures like some of the Kaku poppers that we have here in stock. Something that's about 3 ounces to 4 ounces. But get yourself something on the budget side and then go out. This way you're not going over $1,000 or $2,000 for a plugging setup that you're not going to use. You can get by with about a $300 setup. Hopefully that answers your question, K-Boy. If you need me to expand on a question that you ask, if you feel like I didn't fill it in all the way, if you're on YouTube, send an email, sales@highfishgear. If you're on Instagram, send us a DM. Facebook, send us a DM. Like I said, we'll do our best to answer as many questions. It's part of what we do to give back to the community for supporting us. Let's see. What about any tips for even catching a lure? 22 he fished, not even one lure. Okay. So that's a question a lot of people get. A lot of people have. Like, I've been fishing a long time. I haven't caught an lure yet. Are you really targeting a lure with your basic setup? Are you going Ika strips? Are you going small piece taco leg? You're lessening your chances of it. If you want to catch that big lure, high recommendation, bigger, fatter piece of taco, bigger live bait, things like that. You're going to better your chances presenting a big hunkin' bait. Yeah, you're going to up your chances of catching a shark, but you're going to be presenting a bigger bait to the lure. And also, one more thing is you got to pound, guys. You cannot just go fish for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes 5 times a month doesn't count, bruh. You add it all up. That's only like, what, 1 hour, 20 minutes or something like that. Or like almost 2 hours you can fish the whole month. You gotta be committed, bro. You gotta be there all weekend long. You gotta be there all night long, overnight till the sun comes up. You gotta check your bait. You gotta pound. You gotta put in your time. You cannot just say, I fished 10 times this year. I never catch a lure. I give up. You gotta keep consistently going for it. Look at Jesse. Jesse fished, I think, how many days was Jesse? Over 55 days he fished this year till he finally caught his lure. That's 55 days almost consecutively. He took a couple breaks in between. He put in a lot of work and he spent a lot of overnights, you know, and fishing before work, after work, whenever he got a chance. Consistently doing it. That's what you got to do if you want to actually catch an lure. You cannot just go one time. You know, Dalen says on YouTube, you gotta press. You gotta put pressure. There you go. When will your nitros come back in stock? We've been getting a lot of those questions lately. It's not just us. It's a lot of stores across the state. We don't have nitros. Nitros are backed up in production. Hopefully there will be a big order coming soon. Not just us, but every shop across the state will get them. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting from us because we do ship to all the islands and we got it down. We know what we're doing. If you sign up for notifications on the nitros that are on our website, you will get a notification the moment they're restocked. And of course, you know that the day that they come in, I'll go make one video, let you guys know that we get them. All right. Let's see what other questions we got. Let's see. Let's see. What are the questions? What's a better rod for an Alua combo? Nitro medium heavy or Plums Hawaiian? What's a better rod for Alua combo? Nitro. I would Hawaiian Custom, I guess what you're saying. I love the Nitro medium heavy. It's just an all around great rod. You can pair it with a lot of reels. You can pair it with a Jigmaster, a Sea-Line 50, a Seagate, a Fathom 40, Torium 30. You can pair it with a lot of rods, and it has that still modern kind of feel to it, but with a little bit of old school flavor to it. Nitro medium heavy, Nitro heavy action. They just hit. They're kind of like the standard of what Alua poles could be. If you want something stiffer, you can try something else. If you want something softer, you can try someone else. But Nitros are right there in the middle, and they got like what I like to consider a little bit of soul. They got that nice bend to it. They got beautiful colors and all that good stuff. Okay. And hey guys, that's on Instagram. I see some of you guys making like Schmolkein wise comments. Keep it to a minimum, guys, because the thing is, look, I'm not here for make jokes with you guys. I'm here to help out the community. I'm dedicating my time to answer real fishing questions. So if you guys like make jokes, go make them on your own page, yeah? One by you're gonna get blocked. Okay. Okay, let's see what other questions we got. You ship to the West Coast states. We ship to every United States and U.S. territories. Rick over there, half a day. We ship to Guam, and the Guam guys know when they order from High Fish Gear, small packages and stuff, you can get them quick. Rod's gonna take a long time, but small packages, small tackle packages, you guys get them pretty quickly. All right. Okay, what's the? I think we already answered that. Okay, do you guys fix rod tips at the shop? Battalion 2 guide, the tip got bent this weekend. Kuya Kyle, we do have a guy that repairs rods if you want that pro, absolutely pro wrap. We do have a guy that can do it for you. The turnaround is quite a bit of time, like 2-3 weeks. He does work another job. He fixes rods in his on his spare time. But fixing a tip is actually not all that hard. We do sell the glue. We do sell the rod tips. We probably have a rod tip that will fit the Penn Battalion 2. My suggestion is if you're on Oahu, bring your tip in. We can size it perfectly. Sometimes rods snap in different places, or if you need to change out your tip, use a hair gun until the resin gets a little bit soft, and you can yank that tip off and then bring the blank tip inside, and we can size it perfectly for the tips that we have in stock. Or you can drop it off at the shop and let Brad repair it for you. He'll do the full wrap and the thread, make it look like it was stock. Okay. When dunking for small game, the fish strikes, but line feels stuck. What do you do after? Put the rod in the spike or try pulling it out? You know what? That is kind of a dilemma that a lot of us are faced with. Because you don't know if it's the swivel that's stuck, or if it's the lead that's stuck and you're just waiting for the lead line to break. So you've got to make that decision. I can't tell you what's best to do. I think a lot of people that I've talked to have said that patience is probably the best way to do it. If you're reeling in, you still feel the fish, they feel the fish action on the pole, but something is stuck. A lot of times people will loosen the drag a little bit, not completely loosen, but take the slack off the line a little bit. Put the rod into the holder, reel it in so it's a little bit tight, but not like locked down, and then kind of wait and watch the pole for a little bit. It's kind of a tricky situation, because if you just try to break line, you never know. You probably might be breaking off at the swivel as opposed to just breaking the lead line, which you're hoping to do. I would say loosen the drag a little bit, put it in a pole holder, give them some slack. Maybe they'll pull out from wherever they're stuck, and you'll be back on fighting. I've gotten fish after that a few times by being patient, but I've also lost fish when I lost my patience. So there you go. Maximum requirements for considered ultralight fishing. From what I understand, the general consensus is maximum 4-pound test. 4-pound monofilament line, 2-pound preferably. But one thing I want to mention for you guys that are just getting into ultralight fishing, when you fish that 2 to 4-pound test monofilament line, and you do finally catch a good sized fish on that line is rubber. You got to trash it. If you almost got all the way spooled 4-pound test, that entire spool has got to go. Replace your line right after every big fish you catch. Replace the entire line. That line will stretch. Next time you hook up, it's gone. All right. All right. Let's see what other questions we got on Instagram. I saw something over there on YouTube. Okay, how much should I pay for a decent condition Hawaiian gold? Okay. For those of you out there, and I apologize to anybody who's on the hunt for these rods, because I'm gonna blow your cover. Hawaiian Gold by Izuo Brothers was a whipping rod that came out in the 90s. Very well regarded. 90, I think it was discontinued maybe 2010, sometime around there. Hawaiian Gold whipping rods. Very, very popular amongst a lot of people. They had that nice, just good action all the way bend in the whole middle. You get bent. A lot of guys really like those rods, and they broke their originals. They're trying to find replacements. If anybody out there has a Hawaiian Gold cherry condition, no broken tip, no repairs, drop them by the shop. I like auction them. I like see how much we can actually get for them. Okay, so here we go. I hope the guy that is selling them is watching this right now. Hawaiian Gold, decent condition Hawaiian Gold. Okay, so decent condition, maybe a little bit oxidization on the eyes, maybe a little bit scratches here and there. I would say fair price, 12 foot, 100, 150. That's a fair price. The guy not gonna feel too ripped off. The rod was under 100 brand new, but now because there's a lot of people that are looking for them, 150. Around there. There you go. You know when you can get Squid Line back. We've been ordering Squid Line. Our distributor's out. We're waiting for them to get it back in stock. If you sign up for notifications the moment we get it back in stock, I think you're asking for 18-pound test. I think the lightest we carry is 27. 27, 36, 45, 50 something. Okay. Any 2-inch to 5-inch grub molds available? No, Rick, we don't sell those soft baits. I'm thinking Campania Lures might be offering some grub soft baits eventually, but stay tuned for that. All right, any tips for whipping? I've tried hammer bombs, bubble floats, different grubs, no chases or anything. Wow. Well, you tried everything, but I tell you right now, if you haven't caught anything, you haven't tried enough. All right. I would suggest familiarizing yourself with your grounds. Search for those sand channels. Try going at different times of the day. Focus on the sunrise. Focus on the sunset. Those are the times when you have the most movement of bait fish. You have more active predators. Sunrise and sunset, the change of the tides and stuff like that. Bubble float. Try soft baits. Try curly tails. Try different colors. Try 3 different colors before you move on. Try a pearl, try a dark, try a clear. You just got to keep trying, man. And especially if you're working one spot, 50 casts. Nothing, move live it down the beach. Try a reefy area, try a sandy area. You got to just keep trying. That's the only thing I can offer in regards to advice. Okay, got a Newell 332-5. Do I think it's worth buying the Tiburon upgrades, or should I just buy a bigger reel overall? If you want a 40 to 50 pound class hammer reel, the Newell 332-5, you got that 5-to-1 gear ratio that everybody likes. You can throw a Tiburon 344 kit on it, or a super 344 kit, which is a little bit wider. It's a 40 to 50 pound class reel. It's lighter than the average reel. I think it's worth it. But if you're just getting into Newells, it's probably better to just buy a bigger reel overall. Okay. Jumping when I go. Okay, let me see what other questions we got. And Dalen, I've never heard of that brand, brother. Sorry about that. Okay. Is your blue glow strips in stock? Dalen, if any of you guys want to know what we have in stock or how much something is, 98% of everything that we have in this shop is available on our website, highfishgear.com. It's a live inventory. If you guys want to know if we have size 9 Tobbies in stock, go to our website, look up the product, check and see if it's in stock. If it's showing as sold out on the website, it's not in the store. If it's showing as in stock on the website, it's in store. All right? And let's scroll through on Instagram and see. All right. Ah, shaka to that. That was your chair in the parking lot. Ah, I left it. I walked right past it on the way out. I was thinking somebody's going to come back. I'll check with security and see if your chair was out there.
It was.
It was? Did somebody bring it in?
No.
All right. Okay, what about dunking when a Wama with 8-pound test? Dunking? Everything's out there, man.
Where's the ship stuff?
Hey, I'm live. Okay. All right. What about dunking an Owama with 8-pound test? If you're dunking an Owama with 8-pound test leader, that should be fine, man. It should be fine. I'm not exactly sure if that's what you got. Run them, run them. I would probably prefer something 10 to 12-pound test. It'd be a little bit safer. 8-pound is a little bit too light for me. All right. Is there always a chance for another school of Owama to go to a spot after the spot has been wiped out? I'm pretty sure that even though a spot has been wiped out where basically people have been fishing it and the Owamas are a little bit more scarce than normal, they will replenish, usually in the same areas. There's certain spots around the island that are consistently holding Owama. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm not going to tell anybody about where they're at. But yeah, they do replenish and they do come back. It's a seasonal thing where the Owamas are spawning a little bit out, and then when summertime comes around or towards fall, around this time, right now is kind of Owama season. They're happening all over. I'm watching the people that are coming in. They're buying more Owama gear. It is happening right about now. But yeah, if you go to some spot, maybe might have been a little bit fished out. Everybody got their 50-piece limit, which is the state regulation. But yeah, you can go back to the same spot maybe like a week later and they might have been a little bit replenished. Or if you go back to next year, it might be replenished as well. All right. Do you guys fix medium heavy nitros? My rod snapped at the 4th eye from the tip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Money bag. I apologize for telling you this, and anybody else out there who has snapped the Ulua pole at the 4th eye, your Ulua pole is gone. That is no longer an Ulua pole. You cannot fix that rod, okay? There's no way to stick a dowel and put it together. That rod is no longer an Ulua pole. You snapped it at probably the worst spot, all right? Do you guys regulate on how much pole you can have for one person on the beach? Currently, there is no pole regulation on the state. You can run as many as you feel comfortable running. I don't recommend it because it's not good etiquette. You are clogging up the beach for other fishermen or other people that are swimming. But if you're fishing someplace where there's nobody around, you can run as many poles as you can handle, all right? I don't recommend it because you're just gonna be basically chasing all night. But like I said, you can run as many poles as you want. Okay, taco flies. I've never heard of taco flies. Send me a link to that, I'll check it out. All right. Recommended hook size for free line was using BKN 16. WaveX for Owama free lining, size 16 BKN, perfect. I've heard that size specifically come up several times when it comes to live Owama. All right, if I'm trying to catch Hallelujah, but the spot has too much rocks for lead, what do I use? Bruh, I tell you right now, most guys that I know that consistently catch Hallelujah and Akule, lead is the go-to. You can try a flash bomb if you're fishing on that sunrise, sunset, overnight kind of action. The flash bombs do kind of move the schools and stuff. But yeah, you just gotta run lead, brother. There's no substitute for it. Bubble float's probably not going to cut it. I think that the bubble floats usually scatter the schools a little bit too much. It's too much of a presence. Even the egg lead will make the school split. I would say if you're having issues with that, I would probably just stay on your lead a little bit more. Don't do a lot of the jigging. If you're over lead where you're going to get stuck, don't do any pauses. Just rip it true. Keep going. Keep your lead. You lessen your chances for catch, but you also upping your chances of not getting stuck. All right. What is a good conventional reel? I'll list a few. The conventional reels that are available on highfishgear.com. All the conventional reels that we have in stock are tried and true Hawaii fishing reels that we prefer. We don't put random stuff on there. We focus on the reels that have consistently been selling, not just this year. We're talking decades. Jigmaster, Pen 4.0, Toriums, Seagates, Sea Lines, stuff like that. All right. 8 to 10 pound test is not considered ultralight. 2 to 4 pound test is considered ultralight. By guys that are in the Ultralight Insanity Facebook group, I read it. That's what the general consensus was. All right, I gave you guys 24 minutes of yapping about Hawaii fishing. If I didn't get your question while I'm live, please, I invite you, once it posts, to repost your question, and we'll do our best to answer it. Your questions are what make the show kind of interesting, and they get people coming back, and I appreciate you guys asking the questions. And also, if you could, while we're live or after it posts, leave a like on the video. We got 63 viewers over there on YouTube and Facebook. And we got 40 people live on Instagram. Let's see if we can get 100 likes right now. It helps us reach more people, and it helps us keep doing what we're doing. Mahalo for watching. Aloha.